go. The next bit with Fable 3 after a lot of no episodes last week. Okay. Oh, man. No idea where Alex is right now. Still can't buy it. Wrong button. Bring you back.
I should bring something to Mother. Perhaps some sort of decoration for her garden.
Oh my! Pressing B to run since I used to many games. Putting the button in that position for it. B square, you know. Oh.
Well done! You found one! Always a joy to get a book. Thank you.
Checking.
Another book for the Academy. How wonderful!
Yep.
You found over a third of all the books we need. Amazing! Excellent! Good for you. You are a most courageous book hunter. Well, not that there's any call for courage. Probably. As I said, the Invocation of the Watchers is in a house in the Bowerstone Old Quarter. I'm sure you'll find it with consummate ease.
Welcome to the sanctuary. In with the new, I always say, though I prefer to keep the old handy as well. You never know when you might find a use for the old.
Hello? Hello. Experience the thunderstorm on the weekend?
Kept me up overnight. What was crazy is like the first one that happened here sounded like something had actually crashed and exploded.
Yeah. It kind of looked, because I was looking out the window, and it looked like a lightning bolt had struck near a car at the end of the street. Because, like, it looked like the bolt landed there.
Oh, the player disconnected.
The car alarm went off. Oh, my game froze.
Yeah, because I mean, like the first one happened over here, like not long after Sentide finished, and yeah, it was just massive, sort
a
of
new ensemble.
almost explosion sound,
Not that
and
there's anything wrong with your current one.
like that.
I mean,
the flat shook as
especially-
well.
Yeah.
And
It happened here as well.
yeah, because it was then so quiet afterwards, I was grabbing my phone and trying to look out the window in case I had to call 999 for some, because something had happened. And then came a more traditional thunder sound. So, which
Probably the loudest, one of the loudest ones I've ever heard.
I mean, considering I'm hard of hearing and and that was, super loud to me, that tells you how loud it was.
Oh, for God's sake, not this again.
What's wrong?
Make me start a new game.
Yeah.
Can it just not, please?
This device allows you to travel at random to another hero's world in order to accompany them on whatever adventures they're undertaking.
But it started like another new character. It's like, I don't need these extra character saves.
I don't know what...
It's like, can it just stop? Just give me 1 sec, I'm gonna do the gnome thing first.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually quite a few quests around. Even after like the main campaign.
Any other business to attend to?
Do you plan on doing like the main campaign, just the extra quests after the main campaign?
We'll see what they are and whatnot.
Yeah. Because when does Space Marine officially
Today.
come out? Comes out today, does it?
Yep.
And you're getting it Wednesday.
I don't know when I'm getting it because of that whole, problem that Fraser's group has done to game. Because, I was meant to get it last Thursday. I mean, in theory, they should get their copies, arriving tomorrow. That's, providing, delivery goes as exactly... if it goes exactly as how, things are. But... obviously, the store manager has no idea, exactly what's going to be in the deliveries and whatnot.
Ah, it's the great ruler. Hello.
Ah!
What I was trying to do.
Deliveries. Hopefully, Taku Source will have received the order. I should hopefully have them by the end of the week.
I mean, I guess the overall thing is just whatever time of day the delivery at game arrives, isn't it? 'Cause
Greetings, my lady. Ooh, I love your gloves. I bask in your regal luminosity. I want to be like you, but I think I want to.
So obviously it might arrive beginning of the day, it might arrive end of the day. Then it's also down to when they were, you know, the actual Sports Direct staff unpack the deliveries.
Interestingly, on Toku Source, the Gav belt was let's have the in stock list.
So yeah, they should be sorting international stuff out then.
It just says that one, the other ones they still say pre-order. Sale for me.
It hasn't for me either.
Home place. Andrea's the Fluff Cottage in Brightwall.
Oh, I thought you meant the gnome place, which hasn't.
I conjure thee, O thou mighty and potent Prince of Darkness, Almadiel.
Welcome. To
Greetings, your
Apps so
majesty.
far are pretty good, I think. There's a certain freshness to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, interestingly though, those bits like in the discussions, like from what was going on behind the scenes with Gotchard. So one key thing was the showrunner had previously been an underling on on the production side on Gaim, and they were heavily inspired with Gaim's approach of starting light-hearted and then going dark.
Which series?
For Gotchard.
Right.
The showrunner was wanted to try and do a similar thing to Gaim of going dark around the Christmas break point. But the meddling from Toei kind of avoided that.
Yeah.
Because there was a couple of characters that were going to be killed off at the break point, and they were not villains. Yeah. So...
By the decimal-based system of subject classification, ha! You have the invocation of
Plus, the whole other
Watchers.
bit that got noted up
Did it,
was with the Dark
you know,
Kings.
were
Their suits
well,
were
never
not meant to
mind.
be separate
You're there,
entities
You brought the book. That's the
from
important thing.
the other characters in the
You
show.
really are an amazing book collector.
Because the bit
Which
was in the
actually,
second
when I
half,
say
that
it
was
out
going
loud,
to be
doesn't
the
sound that impressive,
Three
but still,
Sisters monster
I meant
forms
it
that they would
sincerely.
evolve into. But, yeah, like... No. Toei wanted one of them to turn good, and, like, you know, it all just screwed over the whole plans.
They went the Levi's route.
Yeah. Also, yeah, the whole Toei again didn't like again, and Grion's plans were actually much more brutal in the original plan for the show. Because the idea was originally was between Grion, Gotchard's dad, and Majade's dad. They created all the chemi and driver stuff. With, in the end, obviously, you know, Grion turning on them and whatnot. Because he was going to be the one who discovered the whole, you know, chemi and human, you know, fusing thing.
Quite like that.
Okay, we're going this way. And then... Wait, where's the No, what's the... Hang on. Why is it
Welcome
not taking us where I wanted for the quest? Thank you. And then... Yeah, he basically wanted to force human evolution by fusing the humanity with chemis. And developed a god complex along the way. Because, you know, villains need that.
Again.
Yeah. Because it was basically, he would rule over the world, you know, the now sort of, you know, evolved human race as their god.
It's more beautiful than
That
I
was his
dared
original
to imagine.
plan, but again, that got tossed aside.
Our experts estimate it's worth a small...
Inside the building!
Of course, now the question becomes...
Wait, what?
What do you wish to do
Oh,
with this
goes
fine
outside
stone?
the building.
I can't tell because you're in the way.
You have to rotate your camera to a certain point where it glitches through the wall.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, you can... No, you can actually see a window, so there is more building there. There is the outlining of building bits there, so no, there is actually more to the building.
Or perhaps you would prefer the funds were channeled into,
It's
let us say,
outside.
a more personal...
Well, it's not. Like I said, there's more building
truly
there.
selfless act.
Why is it not in
I
the
am
room?
constantly in awe
I
of
don't
your
know.
generous
That
and
bit.
noble
I guess because
spirit.
they built it as a
Would you say
circular
you
thing
keep it for your own
and
reward?
didn't
Bravo, your majesty.
first and then built the room later.
This looks like they initially designed the room to be rectangular.
Hmm.
And later they just cut it down
Yeah.
to a circle.
You have shown yourself to be a most talented monarch. The treasury is positively overflowing. You might even consider borrowing a little for yourself. Of course, it never hurts to earn even more. Who knows what the future will bring? With that in mind, I would like to discuss the thorny issue of child benefits, which were abolished under your brother's rule. There are vocal elements within the community who are clamoring for us to bring it back, in the interests of the Treasury and of the long-term welfare of the people. Very well, Your Majesty. The breeders amongst the rabble will be ecstatic, I'm sure.
Talk about them like
Perhaps you
that.
are considering making a personal donation to the Treasury to make up for the shortfall.
I just did.
It is entirely your decision.
Much as I've got
as always.
a lot in there at the
Shall we
minute.
proceed with the rest of your appointments? Here is the royal agenda for the day.
Ah, here's the thing. Meet with Paige. I think that's where we're going to get the next key.
Yep.
As you can see, you have 2 audiences in the throne room to begin. I've heard rumors that Reaver's latest proposals are both scandalous and delicious. It should be most entertaining.
Why do we let Reaver still walk around? He should be freaking in prison for the stuff he's done.
You know what they say about people with
Greetings,
money?
Mom.
Yeah, but when you're fighting someone with more money?
All stand to attention for the Queen of Albion.
Not going to listen to him.
This hearing concerns the future of the Bowerstone Shelter and Orphanage. Page will speak for the disenfranchised
Yeah,
people
this
of the
one's gonna
city.
piss you off a little bit.
Reaver will dispute
What, his
her
plan
cause.
or just overall the whole thing?
You may speak.
Your Majesty, the shelter has long been the only
Oh,
refuge
for
for the homeless,
What the
the
freaking
poor,
heck?
and the orphaned. And until we can change the whole world for the better, it will continue
Wants to
to be
turn
their only hope of
The
survival.
orphanage.
The poor of this city
Into a
have suffered enough.
Yeah, I ain't going to listen to that.
We will renovate the shelter and orphanage.
The Bowerstone Shelter shall be refurbished at the Crown's expense.
Thank you, Your Majesty. You've done the right thing.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
How about you turn your house into one?
Destitute friends
You're
shall
that
have a
desperate
palace
for
to
such
call
a
their
thing.
own. Are you a beggar, too lazy to own your own clothes? Or perhaps an orphan, aching for a bowl of gruel? Then come to Reaver Industries Shelter and Orphanage, where you'll find food, beds, clothes, and even
He
new
really
parents.
just...
No matter who you are, we care, even if you don't deserve it.
Yeah, which includes you, Reaver. I hope we forced him
Today,
to live there.
You will deal with a pressing environmental issue.
And in the basement.
Disposal of the
Oh, look at
city's
the dog!
waste. Reaver will offer his proposal. A member of the Morningwood community will stand
Doggy
against
just rolled
him.
onto his back
may
on top of
speak.
the steps. So cute.
Your Majesty, I'm sure you will have noticed a certain aroma permeating the city.
Of course we're going to build a sewage
even
plant. with
more
him.
nauseating than usual. I fear it is not merely the stench of the underprivileged. Bowerstone is beginning to have a serious waste disposal issue. We require an inexpensive and efficient solution, and I believe I have hit upon one. Now, currently, part of our waste is being disposed of in the Morningwood Marsh, with very little effort.
The doggy.
Reaver Industries could redirect all the Bowerstone sewer system to flow directly into that region. As you know, it's a desolate place with no financial or cultural value to the king.
Building a sewage
There can be
plant.
little
because
discussion.
Morningwood is to be left
Doggy was
unspoiled.
bored to,
We
bored
will
so
find
much
other
by
ways to deal
by
with
him.
Bowerstone
Dog fell
sewage.
asleep instantly.
The Queen has spoken. Morningwood shall not be used as a waste site. The Sanitation Committee will look into safer alternatives.
Groovy. You are like a majestuous eagle, Your Majesty. You are in touch with your inner innards. Granny
Okay,
Nature
that
thanks
what you said is
from,
creepy.
like,
Maybe I should have
the
let
bottom
you
of her heart.
get covered.
A pity. I must admit, I was rather looking forward to breathing fresh air, but I'm sure Your Majesty knows best.
That looks like a monkey. He still looks like a monkey.
Yeah.
There is nothing as important as the health and hygiene of our citizens. As such, Reaver Industries is delighted to announce the opening of the Bowerstone Sewage Recycling Facility, because there can be no affluence without effluence.
Plus, also, why is he complaining about some of these things? Because we're the ones footing the bill.
Page has requested a meeting in the old rebel headquarters. How very cloak and dagger. I wonder what she wants.
So let's go to
If you're
there.
not too busy, you might have a look in the sanctuary shop. I believe something new has been added.
Hold on, first thing. Which one have they got left? Range 5. Magic 5. Okay. Du-du-du.
54 hair seals.
I'm down to 16, but I still need. So I've still got 3 chests to open. Okay, yeah, so I'll just use.
Except for the last week, for that time I got reincarnated as Prime Season 3.
Yeah.
Final episode comes out this week, and I'm sad because it means I'm going to have to wait probably another 2 years before I get to see more.
I mean, there is good news though.
Penguins returning to in the new Wallace and Gromit film.
No. Sorry, what's that? There you go.
What is the good news?
Taskmaster's back this week.
Right.
I mean, things have been lining up really well on release date scheduling, because Australia did their 2nd season, and then once that finished, New Zealand started their 5th, and now they finished, and
It's not every day a
we're
queen walks into the rebel
starting up our
Kid
18th.
went undercover with a gang of robbers and found out their plans. They're going to strike the tavern in Bowerstone Market. If you get there in time, you can stop the raid. And at least one of those thugs must know where Ferret is held up.
What did you think of this week's episode?
I mean, the problem is, like, with all the like re-triggering of villains, it's kind of been feeling a little slow on that bit.
Triggering.
You know, because like they beat them and then they're just going again.
I mean, all for one you can understand because that's kind of how Ares' quirk works.
Yeah.
It undoes the damage and probably exhaustion as well. Darby, it's probably just pure rage. Well, Shigaraki's got his quirks again.
Way!
Hello.
Leave it, will ya?
So, the key in this one.
What did you think about Gentle, Love Brava, and
Well, clear he's gonna die.
You think so?
I mean, the way they're talking about things, it's pretty much setting up him.
There's a ripple in the water over here.
Yeah.
Are you saying so?
Yeah, just the way they keep talking is pretty much sounding like they're going to kill him off now.
I mean, this is a war. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary, would it? Just give me 1 sec. I'm just grabbing some. Yeah. What do you think about?
Ooh, I just teach the dog tricks to use when interacting with other people.
Yeah. What do you think about Lady Nagant as well, though?
I thought she was dead.
No.
I thought she died when the defense system in the given quirks triggered.
I managed to rescue her. We managed to save her. Clearly.
Yeah.
Oh boy! Oh.
Oh.
Goodbye. Oh.
Dick spot. Dick spot? Yeah, there's a dick spot over here. Come on. There we go. Dick spot. Dick spot. And dig. Alright, on my way. Yeah. Got to see the little bit where they show that Gentle was the reason for stopping one of the prisons from...
Yeah, which you had mentioned that. I remember you mentioning that when that chapter came out.
Yeah.
If you cooperate, you won't get hurt. If you give us any trouble, we'll kill you. Now, just so you know we mean business, I'd like one of you to give us trouble, so we can kill him as an example to the rest. Who's it gonna be then? Oh look, we have a volunteer. The Queen, no less. Have at her, fellas.
Glad that
I love killing
redemption.
Yeah, too bad for you, I'm wearing my flame-retardant underpants.
I think Gentle deserves...
It is no longer advantageous for any of us to frequent the hideout in Industrial. Presently, I shall inaugurate a new centre of operations in Bowerstone Market. You've been provided with a key which will permit access. Please endeavour to prevent its transference to an unauthorised individual.
Our new ruler trying to do something about it.
Hello, at your command.
Your Majesty, how are you today? Hooray!
Like that he's being given a shot at redemption.
Yep.
There is one more character, I do believe, who comes to help the heroes.
You again. It does tend to obviate the entire objective of maintaining a secret hideout if your enemies can simply infiltrate whenever they've the inclination. Lads, perform the specific services for which I employ you. Expeditiously.
Huh?
Killer! Fast!
I love...
Door's locked. The dogs are going about treasure, which I presume he's in that room.
You're rubbish without them. Cracking shot, matey.
They really think that was going to end any other way?
My dear Bob, you're a ruthless crook and a big booby as well. And since you are a ruthless crook, I'm not signing this letter so that I can remain anonymous. Yours, Arthur. Oh.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna sign this letter.
One more day in
You're
this cell.
silly, Arthur. Get out of here. Go. Ram.
Watch out, boys! Got a gun! She knows how to use it.
Pressing... Playing a load of games where you press... You know, the whatever's in the B button spot to run.
That's the companion cube reference.
Oh, here it is. $48, so just 2 left. Which were in...
More than good.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was about the 2 we couldn't... Oh yeah, the 2 we couldn't get were in the desert area we couldn't go to yet.
What?
The
no,
2...
They're
still...
Morningwood.
Oh yeah, Morning... What?
Not Morningwood, sorry, they're in Millfields. So we can't go around Millfields.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I believe I can state with relative confidence that your efforts are in vain. Even should it transpire that you...
Did he just lock himself in a cell?
This door is completely impenetrable. In addition to which, this cell contains a secret egress through which I may abscond whenever I desire. Meanwhile, my compatriots shall brutalize your person.
I'm bored already. Come over here.
Saying is,
Oh, where that came from.
You haven't lost your touch. I'm surprised his men were foolish enough to fight you.
Now, truth be told, my superlative intellect notwithstanding, it would appear this is not, in fact, the specific cell I so confidently referenced earlier. The one with the secret exit has 2 beds. All right, you have prevailed, Your Majesty. I concede. However, I entreat you to entertain a certain proposal.
You have nothing to offer, Ferret. It's over.
Ah, that pronouncement is objectively devoid of merit. I happen to have on my person a substantial quantity of currency. Let me go free, and the money is yours. You royal miscreant! This grievous malefaction shall be rewarded with equally grievous retribution.
I don't think so. Ouch. My hair.
The treasury is simply bursting with wholesome, nutritious gold. I sometimes spend hours staring at this glorious accomplishment. Our wealth surpasses all expectations. I must congratulate you, Your Majesty. But the kingdom demands your attention once more. The time has come to make a decision on Albion's drinking laws. Under Logan's rule, as you wish. Let the streets be filled with poor, drunken rebels. Perhaps it will take their minds off their impending doom. This will leave a noticeable gap in our budget, however. If you are feeling particularly generous, you may wish to make a personal donation to bridge that gap. Let us move on to other matters, Your Majesty. You have a busy day in the throne room ahead.
It'd be if we end up finishing this game on the same day that
Samuel, the head of the Bright Wall Academy, is ready to plead his case. I sincerely hope he isn't after a handout, though I'm sure Master Reaver will be the voice of reason, as always.
The books of reason. Reaver?
No.
It's a mighty
All stand to attention.
Just let me draw my weapon and off him.
Today you decide on the status of the Bright Wall Academy, Your Majesty. Samuel will speak for the town and its scholars. Reaver will dispute his cause.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, it was your father who opened the doors to Albion's greatest seat of learning. Under his rule, knowledge and culture flourished, and so did the people of Brightwall. I ask only that you return to the wisdom of those days. Your brother closed the academy down, but it is in your hands to restore it.
There is no greater proponent of the arts than myself. I celebrate knowledge in all its forms, but our people are frightened and confused. Last thing they need is knowledge.
The fear comes from the lack of knowledge, not from having knowledge.
Yet only those who are truly...
The Bright Wall Academy will be open to all who wish to learn.
The Bright Wall Academy shall be reopened, and Albion will once again have a free center of learning.
Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. This is the start of a new day for us all.
Very well. I will make the arrangements at once. Stimulate your intellect in the newly reopened Bright Wall Academy. Suckle the knowledge from the land's greatest minds and avail yourself of the best library ever assembled. Everyone, from the most impoverished genius to the wealthiest idiot, is welcome.
Hey, he just credited himself as the wealthiest idiot. At least he got that right.
court summons Page and Reaver. The matter before you today is the future of Bower Lake. Reaver will offer his proposal. Page will stand against him.
You may speak.
What do you want to drain it for, you?
Your Majesty, a recent survey of Bower Lake has found that the waterbed is rich in valuable metals. Now, as amusing as it would be to make workers hold their breath as they mine these resources, I fear it would be impractical.
Wow, he actually cares for the lives of them.
We have no choice but to dam the river and drain the lake of all water. Once that is done, we will have a ready-made quarry, ripe for the plucking. It will be a pity to disfigure the landscape so close to my former home, but it is a sensible course of action in light of our current needs.
Bower Lake is the last piece of natural beauty remaining in Bowerstone. It belongs to our history and should be protected. Don't take it away from us. You'll be taking away part of this city's soul with it.
Oh, really?
Now that we've finally freed the people of this city, are we going to destroy the one place they can find peace?
The decision is yours to make, Your Majesty.
Page is right. We must protect our natural resources. Bower Lake is to be left untouched.
Hey, Reaver, here's an idea. Why don't you invent an underwater diving suit? That should work.
Beauty is hereby
You can do
protected
both.
by order of the Crown.
You can have a
Thank you.
nice lake, and you can work
Let's
underwater.
show the world Albion is worth defending.
Is a pretty view worth more than a treasury full of gold? I bow to your greater wisdom. As someone whose home has overlooked the resplendent Bower Lake, I am pleased to declare the official protection of this natural wonder. May its water drown anyone who doesn't appreciate it.
You know what? I actually agree with you there, Reaver. Can you jump in?
I trust the court was not too dull today. In any case, I'm confident your final task will be most enjoyable. A loyal and wealthy member of our community has offered to make a sizable donation to our treasury. Her only request is that you go to Millfields to make the collection in person. A perfect chance to stretch your legs, Your Majesty.
Ah, hello.
Watch out! The bugger's got a gun!
The heck, you've glitched out up here.
I just want to show you how much we appreciate what you've been doing, Your Majesty.
Trail gone.
Look, I know where the thief is. He fled into the woods.
Madam, I understand you want to recover what you've lost, but those woods are simply too dangerous. It would be suicide to enter them without combat experience, or training, or skill.
I don't want to enter them. I want you to.
Right. I was talking about me.
Oh, just forget it. Ah, Your Majesty, it's such an honor to have you here. If only fate hadn't conspired to make me look like a fool. Beware the woods, Your Majesty. The soldiers may be superstitious, but there's no denying dangerous beasts lurk within.
It's going to be
Good
the
luck.
Valverines, isn't it?
I know you will succeed.
What could ever make you think that?
Dangerous beasts. Okay, now what?
You on with that? You've read the note, right?
It wouldn't let me. I've got no interaction.
Ogre's bugged out.
There are new...
Cannot fast travel until I complete the current quest.
Let's just leave.
Warning, you cannot leave the region at this time. Fine. No, it just says it will load an older save point, so I guess we have to do that. How far back are you going to put us, game? Okay. Right before we entered. I still can't interact with the notice. Well, there
Looking for the statue, Your Majesty. Follow the white Valverine.
There we go.
monster. Prepare to meet your... Oh, I'm so sorry. For a moment there I thought you were a Belverine. Damn things are always trying to get through our defenses. We burn silver nitrate in those lamps to keep them out. Kills them pretty quick if they hang around for too long. If a lamp goes out, well, I don't like to think what might happen then. One went out just recently, but we got it lit again fast. The man responsible, this bloke Connor, got punished. Severely. Before he disappears into the forest, he tells us there's gonna be a reckoning. He's probably in 25 different stomachs right now. That's my reckoning. You can come on out, everyone. It's safe.
Hello, great queen.
Your Majesty, I've been expecting you. You've been through the village, have you? Charming hamlet. It's full of warm, wonderful people who'll give you the shirt off their back and condemn you to death for one simple mistake. Anyone can fall asleep on watch. You exile him into this forest and call it justice. But enough about that. You're here for that statue. It's quite a remarkable thing. It did everything the legend said it would. And now I don't need it anymore. It's funny how things change. So if you want to take it back to that prig in Millfields, it's yours. Nearly free of charge. All I ask is a small favor. Destroy those silver nitrate lanterns. Then the village will get a taste of justice. The choice is yours. And it's a simple one. How simple? If you decline, my brothers will kill you. Oh well. I suppose it was too much to hope for. Still, your choice won't save the village. Now that I'm the leader of the pack, we've got some brains to go with our brawn. We'll lose a few of the weaker members, but we'll deal with those lanterns on our own. In the meantime, killing you will be a good way to, shall we say, get the blood flowing. stronger than I imagined. Your Majesty, but not strong enough. Prepare yourself for death.
Thank you. Thank you. You've saved us from certain destruction. We're in your debt. You'll always be welcome here, should you wish to return. Connor had this on him. It looks like a Belverine. It's yours if you want it.
Don't call this
Albion's lucky to have you in
charge. There are Belverines round here.
That's terrible. A corpse.
You should try Morningwood Camp.
Am I allowed to do this time?
A little.
Can.
Eight digits soon.
What?
Reaching the octuple digits soon. In terms of guild.
You're back! Did you find the thief? Did you recover the statue? You found it? Oh, I can barely contain...
A magnanimous gesture indeed. Your subjects are lucky to be ruled by one so giving.
Please, Your Majesty, can I have your autograph? Pretty, please. Pretty, pretty, please.
With the fatidic attack not far away now, it fills one's heart with confidence and supreme satisfaction to see the treasury filled to the brim. I have taken to sleeping beneath the gold and can report nothing but restful nights. As for today's first order of business, you may have heard about the dire situation the kingdom's economy finds itself in. You are such a giving, magnanimous person. Very well, I will make the arrangements. Life will be easier for your subjects for a while, but the treasury will not easily recover. I only hope we haven't thrown away our chances of survival. Of course, you could always replenish our gold supplies by donating from your personal funds. Shall we proceed with today's agenda? Kalin, the representative for the Auroran people, has requested an audience with you. The court awaits in the throne room.
Right.
Welcome to the sanctuary.
Oh, I can get that last upgrade. 2 chests left. Go back and find them. There they are. So how many do I need? 120 to get them both. Okay. Okay. And then I just also want to go to I think it was here because I need to buy more potions.
Hello, Your Majesty.
Right.
Greetings,
We're
my
owned
lady.
by a real adventurer. So, you know our goods are good.
Ah.
Why is there no one in the shop at the minute? Ah, there you are. Alright.
Sail! Sail! Transform your life. Maybe we can... There you go. Come back anytime. There you go. By a real
Good
adventurer.
to see you.
There we go. Oh, hello. New side quest available.
Hello to you, Your Highness.
Shop here and you're liable to rub
I'm
elbows
a very
with
happy
celebrities.
merchant indeed.
Like the one to buy
Prices are high.
It's really hard to see the sparkle trail in this place.
Balverines? I've killed 50 of them, with nothing but a rusty cutlass. The moon? I've been there, in a great balloon. It's amazing, and almost never rains.
Your Majesty,
Spells and that,
welcome
I
to
know 'em
our
all.
temple.
Cuisine? Every dish ever prepared.
Oh, thank you.
I've eaten.
You will forgive me for not being
Inventions?
more
That was me.
forthright. I am
invented them.
unaccustomed to
Oh,
asking rulers
and I
for
wrote
their
this
help. As for the matter in
impressed.
question,
Well, you would be
this
if you knew
chamber
I was illiterate.
once housed the
No.
temple's sacred dyes. Our rituals cannot be completed without them. The dyes are made from rare flowers
yeah,
found
there's the
throughout
flower
the
collection
Aurora
thing.
and the surrounding desert. Gathering them has always been a dangerous task, but when the darkness fell upon us, it became an impossible one. If you can find these flowers and bring them to me, I will begin making the dyes again, and perhaps our people can recover some of the faith they have lost. We will gladly share them with you, of course. You have done a great service for us. On behalf of all Aurorans, I thank you. The purple dye represents our dreams. It is worn by those who wish to find wisdom in their sleeping state.
Oh, just the tattoos. Yeah, that kind of puts me off that. As much as I wanna find them. Yeah. Shifting Sands has a gold key to get.
Yeah, that's in that little cave bit that we couldn't access because we need to do a quest first.
Do we know which quest it was? Not this one, I'm assuming. He's really having some.
I trust you.
All stand to attention for the Queen of Albion. Today you must decide how much protection to grant Aurora. Kaelin will offer her proposal. Riva will stand against her.
Get out the military, Riva.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, as you know, the threat from the deserts that surrounds my city has not diminished. The darkness could fall upon us once more at any moment. Aurora is part of your kingdom now, and I ask that you grant us protection. Build a desert outpost that can warn my people should the crawler attack. It shall allow us to leave the city in time and ensure the survival of your lord.
Aurora is under our protection. It is our duty to build this outpost.
The Queen's decision is final. A military outpost shall be erected in the deserts that surround Aurora.
We shall not forget this gesture. Aurora thanks you.
Industrial, so he's like able to like do all hire the builders and whatnot.
I mean, surely we're capable of appointing someone more competent than him.
It loses access to like all Riva Industries.
I mean, as monarch, we can just seize it for the kingdom.
Adventure and sand. Desert outpost.
Bring forth Sabine of the Mistpeak Dwellers. Today, you decide on the fate of Mistpeak, home of the Dwellers, Your Majesty. Sabine will speak for his people and their land. Riva will dispute his cause.
You may speak.
I come here seeking nothing but what was promised me and my people. You pledged to restore our home mountains and our right to dwell in them. We have fulfilled our end of the bargain. We have paid with our lives to sit you on that throne. Now you must fulfill your end. Undo the damage your brother did to our land, and our agreement shall be satisfied.
Your Majesty, this sounds both an unnecessary expense and an impudent demand. What value is there in a few trees languishing amongst snow and rock? This is not the time to indulge some idyllic fantasy. Those forests are a resource, and we are in dire need of resources. I propose we expand on your brother's initiative and take what nature offers so readily. Say the word, and I will transform the wealth.
I will.
Can we at least just not allow Riva to walk around with a
Mistpeak
gun?
Mountains shall be restored.
Mistpeak shall become a protected region and the dwellers shall be granted authority over its forests and
It doesn't
resources.
mean that Reaver can't
true to
buy
your word
resources
and your
from
honor.
them, it just means he just hasn't got control of it.
The dwellers will stand by you till the end.
That's all it means.
The forests of Mistpeak are our greatest national treasure, and now, thanks to Reaver Industries, they have returned to their past splendor. Dwellers, birds, and bunnies are free to roam, laugh, and kill each other as nature intended. Who needs all that lumber anyway?
Yeah. Well.
Happy anniversary, Your Majesty. 1 year as Queen of Albion. Doesn't time just fly? To celebrate this momentous day, I have prepared some fantastic events. First, you will stand still for several hours while a local artist paints your portrait. Then, you will choose the 47 varieties of flowers you wish to be cast at your feet as you parade through the city. Oh, and you will need to sign thousands of autographs, of course. Let's see, you will also be
The day has come, Queen. It is time for you to face the darkness. But you will do so in your true form. Over the past year, you have made decisions that reveal your nature, and which have affected the lives of all your subjects. You have done what many would have thought impossible. Not only have you raised an army to protect your people, but you have accomplished this while acting as a noble, benevolent, and popular ruler. But you are more than a queen. You are a hero. You are Albion's champion, its protector. This coming battle is the reason you had to take Logan's place. Only you can defeat the creature that dwells in the shadows. If you do not, all your efforts will have been in vain. Now go. Do what you were born to do.
Weird. Hmm?
966 hero seals.
Yeah.
It's here. The darkness has reached Bowerstone. Reports indicate that our defenses were able to hold off the worst of the first attack. But if we don't act quickly, even the armies we prepared for this day will not be enough.
We have to get out on the streets, now!
Today we fight for Albion!
For Albion!
You are for it!
Defend the city with your lives!
Yes! No armor is stopping you, is it?
Ow, I think I was taking a load of hits in the cutscene. Damage to me was a bit unfair.
Sure it felt that.
I got no weapons.
Wait,
I
what?
Attack. I can't attack.
Not even your magic?
It's here!
Well, that's...
Jeez, look at all this place.
It's here!
Yes! No armor is stopping
I got
you,
no
is it?
weapons.
What is going wrong with that? Alright, let's just... Today has really been a weird day.
Can I be of service? Greetings,
All this connectivity issues. Right, can you draw now?
I don't like that sort of thing, you know.
Her Majesty, the Queen of Albion. Today you must decide how much protection to grant Aurora. Kaelin will offer her proposal.
Can we just skip
Riva
the chat? No, it's
will stand against her.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, as
Aurora is under our protection. It is our duty to build this outpost.
The Queen's decision is final. A military outpost shall be erected in the deserts that surround Aurora.
We shall not forget this gesture. Aurora thanks you.
Ah, you are a whimsical monarch, and that is why you are so beloved. Very well, it shall be done. Riva Industries is proud to present an exotic tale of romance, adventure, and sand. The Desert Outpost.
Bring forth Sabine of the Mistpeak Dwellers. Today, you decide on the fate of Mistpeak, home of the Dwellers, Your Majesty. Sabine will speak for his people and their land. Riva will dispute his cause.
You may speak.
I come here seeking nothing but what was...
I will keep my promise to the Dwellers. The Mistpeak Mountains shall be restored.
Mistpeak shall become a protected region, and the Dwellers shall be granted authority over its forests and resources.
You are true to your word and your honor. The Dwellers will stand by you till the end.
The forests of Mistpeak are our greatest national treasure, and now, thanks to Riva Industries, they have returned to their past splendor. Dwellers, birds, and bunnies are free to roam, laugh, and kill each other as nature intended. Who needs all that lumber anyway?
Happy anniversary,
right, check again.
Your Majesty.
Before we...
1 year as Queen of Albion. Doesn't time just fly? To celebrate this momentous day, I have prepared some fantastic events. First, you will stand still for several hours while a local artist paints your portrait. Then, you will choose the 47 varieties of flowers you wish to be cast at your feet as you parade through the city. Oh, and you will need to sign thousands of autographs, of course. Let's see, you will also...
The day has come. It is time for you to face the darkness. But
Also
you will
does not
do
let me
so
off this
in your
platform.
true form. Over the past year, you have made decisions that reveal your nature, and which have affected the lives of all your subjects. You have done what many would have thought impossible. Not only have you raised an army to protect your people, but you have accomplished this while acting as a noble, benevolent, and popular ruler. But you are more than a queen. You are a hero. You are Albion's champion, its protector. This coming battle is the reason you had to take Logan's place. Only you can defeat the creature that dwells in the shadows. If you do not, all your efforts will have been in vain. Now go. Do what you were born to do.
Right, check. Okay.
It's here.
Let me draw
the darkness has reached Power Stone. Reports indicate that our defenses were able to hold off the worst of the first attack. But if we don't act quickly, even the armies we prepared for this day will not be enough.
At your service, Your Majesty.
We have to get out on the streets, now!
At your service, my queen.
Today we fight for Albion!
For
Albion!
No, I was right by the bed.
Well, find out now, I guess.
We're gonna beat you until you bleed a lot and die.
We'll get the fuck of that. Don't worry.
Nice one! You can get enough of you.
Oh, nice. Shadow Balboy.
No armor is stopping you. It's here!
They're all frozen.
How come we don't get armor like this?
The Nightbringers have come!
Save our people.
But this is the kingdom of unlight
Only everyone
now!
else
This is the kingdom of death! Watch us fly into your heart!
These things are tough.
Page!
Ah!
This isn't real. It isn't real.
Someone please tell me it's just enough.
You have done such hurtful things. The people below shall rejoice in your death. Dead fingers talk. Dead fingers whisper. Dead fingers claw at 1,000,000 eyes. Death beats its wings for you. you're young, the gurgle of a freshly ripped throat. We give thanks for your desperation.
Can you see the others?
The Dark Guardian shall come and protect us. Are you thinking of your loved ones now? How you will never see them again?
I can feel it. We're getting close to that thing. Where are you? Show yourself!
The lost sheep returns to the flock. No one ever leaves the darkness behind.
Do you see? Do you see what you have allowed? We are all shadows now.
I can't get through!
You would be nothing without me.
I'm sorry.
You took away the darkness. It's been inside me all this time. But it's light now. I can see the sky. And it's light. I don't think I can fight anymore.
It's all over, Walter. We won. We beat it together.
Do you remember the stories I tell you when you were a child? There was a great king once. The mightiest hero of them all. Remember what you would say?
Teach me to be a hero.
You've done me proud. You've always done me proud.
Oh, Walter.
Where were you guys before, huh?
I mean, given all the illusions and whatnot, they might have been sent on different paths.
I think old Walter would have liked it out here. He was always a fan of looking tall and stony. I can imagine what he'd say if he was here now.
Shut up, Ben.
Exactly.
It's time I return to my own castle. If ever you need to save the world from another abomination, you know where to find me.
My people shall never forget what you have done for them. We are proud to be part of Albion. I shall return to Aurora in the knowledge that we may at last enjoy peace.
I felt like a bit of an
Farewell.
anticlimactic boss fight because
Walter was right
we didn't
about you.
actually fight the thing itself.
You're a hero in every sense of the word. The hero Albion needed.
What will you do now?
I will continue to serve you the best way I can. I belong down in the city. The people there will always need help. Goodbye, my queen.
You have done what I thought impossible.
Hmm?
You are the ruler I could never be. You don't need me anymore. And Albion will heal easier without me.
Well, Queen, old chum, ruler supreme, pal, you did it. You saved the kingdom. And it's my turn to say goodbye. I'm not cut out to be a general.
Now, I think I'd like to start travelling again. Or maybe see if Paige needs any help down in Industrial. But before I go, let's send off our friend in style, shall we? This one's for you, Walter.
This is the world as it could have been, devoid of color, devoid of life. It is thanks to you that it isn't so, and you did it without becoming a tyrant. The people love you, and you have banished the shadow of your brother's reign. You kept your promise to Sabine and his people, when it would have been easier to turn your back on them. A noble gesture. You swore an oath to Paige to better the lives of your people, and you did so even in the face of great danger. You did for the Aurorans what your brother would not. He broke his promise, but you proved to be the better leader. Without the strength to make those choices, we would not be standing here now. Perhaps we shall meet again one day, Queen.
Aren't you going to tell me my future?
The future will reveal itself when it is ready to do so.
There we go.
Yeah, you see that Lionhead studio manager, Peter Molyneux. Creative director. That was the main story of Fable 3.
We will see what, exactly what there is in the post-game stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you get a DLC with the Game Pass anyway, which is one of the free ones. It's the Traitor's Keep one, which you should be able to start now.
You have accomplished something quite extraordinary. I do not think even your father could have. The kingdom teetered on the brink of annihilation, and yet...
Alright, yeah, there it is there. But, I mean, before we do the DLC... Yes, we should get on with the quest that will get us the final keys.
You forged an incredible bond with this person, and they consider you their greatest friend. When this happens, they're more likely to give you more gifts and better discounts.
I say, do you know who I am? You will? Oh, that's great! Oh, how exciting! I can't wait to meet my new friends. Absolutely fascinating, Hobbs. I'm betting they can be reasoned with, if they're shown a bit of respect. Maybe once I've written this book, people will see Hobbs in a new light. They could come and live in our towns. In our homes, even. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Like as soon as he meets them.
Have you read my last book? It's about puffins. Undead puffins. Cool, eh? If you buy my books, I'll sign them for you. How about that, eh? Have you got any ideas? to kill them.
It's like, oh no, you have to kill them. They're about to attack.
Shouldn't we be heading off? I can't wait to meet some hobs.
You just did. We killed them. You asked us to kill them.
I guess he wants to meet a particular one. They clearly don't want to meet you.
Isn't it time we were on our way? Ah, now this is perfect. An excellent vantage point to make my observations. Oh, thank you for your help. Farewell. I shall mention you in the forward of my book.
Right, okay, so then... Right, so it says then we got to come
Any other business
back there, so... I guess... Yes, we need to get into the water part of the cave. Which was boarded up there, so... I guess, as they say, you've got to do the quest, then come back afterwards. You have completed the quest, you won't be able to access the lower portion of the cave until you return later on. Let's hope just reloading the place is enough to count. They're waiting for you. Now it's dropped that. No? I don't know what the trigger is then.
Well, the quest. Maybe that's what it is.
Pardon?
Let's just do other quests first. Just do some more quests.
Well, you've done it. They've fallen in love with you. If you're ready to take your relationship to the next level, you can get married and perhaps even think about having children.
It's bedded out there somewhere. I know it is. Somewhere in the burning sands. If only it was... The people will be very pleased, Your Majesty. Remember,
See where.
Emmy.
Pardon?
Ahsoka won an Emmy. Best fantasy sci-fi costumes.
I mean, it's rare for Star Wars not to have, you know, strong effort in that division, even on the weaker stuff. Like the Lucas, yeah, the whatchamacallit team industrial, you know, ILM, like, you know, they really are, you know, some of the best in their field. Hey everyone.
At your orders, Mom. Your Majesty.
Wait, one of the dogs is reacting. Treasure. Where? Okay.
Greetings, Mom.
Oh, yeah, that. Hey, I got the reward. So
Welcome.
We then take
to the
back here.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Oh.
Tanar the Great. It is magnificent. I shall return it to the temple immediately. Next time you visit the temple, it will be on display in pride of place. We cannot thank you enough, Your Majesty. I shall ensure that everyone knows what you have done.
Majesty.
Let's give Thingy a check now done another quest.
If you can just walk to it, if speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, where is the cave on this map? Well, it doesn't let me walk to it. I put the cursor over it, but it doesn't register it as a separate location. No. I tried warping to it. You guys are back.
Let's have some fun, lads. Stop shooting our boys. Oh, you'll have to do better than that.
Outside is a hint that it's accessible now.
Hope so. Unless we're missing a different way to get down. Yeah, it doesn't let you jump.
We got
run down the path and enter the water at the bottom of the rack. That's all it freaking says for how to. So, well, this is the pot. Yes, it's open.
I thought that was what we needed to do, because I thought the wall might disappear.
Oh, the barricade.
Seemed like the most obvious place.
Look high. Right. So yeah, the two here.
This It's the Journal of Dan's Maria. I found them. The tribe of Hobbs. So far, all is well. They are responding to my friendly approaches quite positively.
So one of them is
They appear to be examining
they swim through the rocks.
and gesturing at me. Interesting. It's been 2 days now. The Hobbs are still flicking through their book and pointing, but no one has attacked them. One of them, a fat little hob with a kind of dirty chef's hat on his head, came up and poked me a bit, but that was all. The fat chef hob has slammed the book shut. I can just see the title. It's some kind of cookbook. The fat chef hob has slammed the book shut. I can just see the title. It's some kind of cookbook.
Right, I found my way to one of them.
Yeah, avoiding all the enemies in the process, which means I had to deal with all of them.
Well, I didn't. The path I came on didn't have any enemies on it.
Past them right at the start.
Yeah, the key I've got to is you didn't have to get. Like, you was just literally follow on the right.
Like before you even turned left at the
Yeah.
after that.
Don't know why. There was no need to turn. There was not a left turn for the one I got to.
No, I mean when you ran past the bit where the danger sign and the barrier used to be, there were enemies immediately on the right, and you just ran right past them, giving them all for me to deal.
I mean, I had to fight some enemies on as well. Yeah, let's follow that round. Rock.
Quentin stood over the sleeping form and clenched the knife tightly in his hand. Here was the woman he loved. The first person who'd shown him true affection. The wonderful creature whose very laugh made him want to sing. Could he really go through with this? One transgression, what she had tearfully laid he wrestled with the question.
There was a book at the end of the water, halfway. Did you grab the book at the end?
Books in your world.
Alright.
Let me. They just disappear after either you or I grab them.
Got all the keys now. Might as well go and open that 50 chest and then we'll call it a day.
Yeah, well, let me just come around and...
Yeah, I know, I was saying though, I was going to wait for you first.
Ah, hello.
Yeah, I guess we can make a start on the DLC tomorrow then. Right, which way was the garden?
Awaiting your command, my lady. At your command. Hello, ma'am.
Like 30 or 40 key chests.
I mean, we probably have missed some.
Why is everybody throwing up? Jesus.
Well, not on my screen.
My game, they're all throwing up.
Weird. Right, what is my prize? The Sand Goose. Another pistol and a load of money. Let's see what this weapon is.
Your arsenal contains new weapons. Rifles are slower to fire than pistols, but can be used to engage targets at much greater range.
Sand Goose is... oh no, it's a rifle. It's an evil weapon. Oh well. Yep, that will do it. And so tomorrow we will begin DLC. Okay, yeah, you did. Yeah, okay, you've already disconnected. All right. Night, everyone.